Former Vice President Pence on Friday faced heckling from supporters of former President Donald Trump outside a campaign stop in Laundry, New Hampshire. "Why did you sell out the people?" one heckler can be heard saying in a video taken outside of the event and shared across social media. Other Trump supporters can also be seen in the video, with one holding a sign with Trump's name and his infamous "Make America Great Again" slogan. At one point, Pence responds to a heckler who asked him why he didn't uphold the Constitution. "I upheld the Constitution," Pence appeared to retort. "Read it." Other media outlets report that the crowd also calling out that there's the sellout, there's the traitor, as Pence exits his vehicle. The parking lot confrontation comes in the same week Trump was indicted and arraigned in Justice Department Special Counsel Jack Smith's investigation into efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Pence was a central figure in the indictment, which accused the former president of a conspiracy to defraud the U.S. through repeated false claims that the election certified by the former vice president on the January 6, 2021 insurrection was stolen. In response to Trump's indictment in the case, Pence sharply criticized the former president for his attempts to hold on to his office in the wake of a loss to current President Biden. Today's indictment serves as an important reminder: anyone who puts himself over the Constitution should never be President of the United States, Pence wrote Monday in a statement. On Wednesday, he doubled down on his decision to proceed with the certification, despite Trump and his allies certain that the vice president had the right to stop it due to their election fraud claims. "For my part, I want people to know that I had no right to overturn the election, and that what the president maintained that day, and frankly has said over and over again over the last 2.5 years, is completely false," Pence said, "and it's contrary to what our Constitution and the laws of this country provide." The taunting comes as Trump and Pence both campaigned for the Republican nomination in the 2024 presidential race. As I've said before, the one good thing, arguably, that Pence has done in his entire career is not try to overturn the election. He didn't have the right to do it, and he was correct to stand against the, at the time, incumbent president, who was making election fraud claims that at that point, after 2 months, damn near had still not been proven to have any validity to them. So I will maintain that that was a choice he made that actually did take some principle. But be that as it may, and I'm not even saying this to be funny, Pence has a higher chance of winning the Democratic nomination for president than the nomination of his own damn party. And it's not because his views are too right-wing for them. It's not because he's taken some position on some important issue that's pissed off a bunch of voters. No, he just hasn't sufficiently served enough as a drone/yes man for Trump. He did so dutifully for 4 years, almost, I guess you'd say 3 years and 11 months. And he thought, after, sitting there and playing stepping stool for Trump for several years, he'd be able to run for president and possibly get the Republican nomination like that. But instead, what's happened here is he is getting punished for the one thing he did in his career that's actually good and courageous and memorable and not bad. But he is someone who arguably should be booed everywhere he goes. I mean, as I've said before, I would rather Trump win the primary than him, because his positions are arguably the most right-wing of anyone running. This is a guy who supports electroshock therapy for homosexual people. This is a guy who has never met a war that he didn't like, and the only time ever showed any deference to going on one was usually at Trump's behest. So he's about as awful of a candidate on the Republican side as you can get. And the only thing you could possibly get me to say that he's better than Trump on is that if he loses to Biden, there is no way in hell he's going to sit there and for 2 months say the election, his little soft-spoken voice, "The election was stolen from me, and I'm going to make sure that everyone knows it while I have no damn proof." But it's sad that people are treating him the right way. They're calling him a traitor, sellout. He is a traitor to the American people by opposing the minimum wage increases, by supporting what was that, the USMCA, that stupid Trump trade deal. So he is a traitor in that respect. He is a sellout to banks, right? To all these different corporations, just like most of the other politicians are. But they're just not calling him those things for the right reasons. They're calling him those things because he did something that was actually the right thing to do. So I like what they're calling him. I just don't enjoy that it's for the wrong reason. But there seems to be a lot of that going around. People have rhetoric that you agree with, but the reasons behind it are kind of eh.